Hello everyone, as you can see over here, this is Excel and we are getting the data directly from Jira within Excel. This is very easy and very powerful. Let's try to understand how exactly you can achieve it. I'll quickly first show you how my Jira is right now showing and what I have in Jira and how I can get the data directly coming up in Excel. Typically what we used to do, we create a filter, then export the data into CSV, then import the data into Excel. Then after one day, we repeat that and that takes lots of time. So if I want to have Jira directly fetch the data or Excel directly fetch the data from Jira, put it into Excel and I can create couple of data right over here, how I can do that. So I'll try to demonstrate that in a while. Just come back to the screen and see. I will bring up my Jira screen. So this is one of my projects and there are so many work items is going on. This is our internal back office operations that we do, or you can go for any projects that you have, any queries that you write, you can write those query right over here, right in your Excel. So in your Excel, I will try to start with a new Excel and over here, let's create a blank sheets. So this is a blank Excel, everything is empty. I'll just make this is a raw data, keeping in mind that I will not be changing anything over here. Now what I will be doing, there is a section called add-ins. This is, I'm trying it in Office 365 and this add-ins you can use is Jira Cloud. If you already have used it, you will be able to see it in the toolbar itself, so you don't need to come and find for it. So for now, I'll be just selecting it. So whenever you will be doing it for the first time, as of now, I am connected. But if you are not connected, it will be asking for signing in. So I'll do that signing process now. First, I will log out from here and see what's happened. So I have logged out. So when you will be starting it, you may be able to see something like get started. So let's click on get started. Over here, the moment you have clicked on get started, I'll go back to Excel. It's given a number 772241 for these particular connections. So the browser, it's asking for connecting that. You should have already logged in into your Jira or the Jira instance that you want to connect. And I'll just paste that. It will be trying to connect with my Jira instance. Within that ID, if you have multiple Jira instance, it will be showing a drop down to select that Jira instance. Now I'll say click over here. I'll accept this. It's connecting with this agiledigest.atlassian.net. It says login is successful. Great. So I can close this tab now and go back to my Excel. So over Excel, you can see now it's ready for writing a query. For example, I want to write a query where I can write any JQL that you want to write. If you want to learn more about JQL, you can go into academy@agiledigest.com and over there you have JQL rental kind of 7 hours. I have just talked about JQL. You can rent it out. I think that's $10 or $12 for the entire course, and lots of exercises and every part of JQL is covered there. You can learn from there. So over here, for example, I will be writing a query, project is equal to, and it will be listing down all the projects that you have in Jira. So for example, I am selecting back office. It has an options that how many rows you want. You can filter it out by giving top 10 records or top 50 records, and over here you can use the query order by any field, ascending or descending that you want. But for now, this example, I'll click on get data now. So it will be fetching the data that we need. So it will, so you can see all the data it has got into my Excel over here. This is all coming from there, but I realized, okay, there are some subtasks also coming up. I don't want that. So I will be adding the filter criteria and issue type in standard issue types. I'll get the data now. So it will be filter it out. And you can see how many records it fetched. 763 records it had fetched. Is these columns that is coming up, that is what you need? You need more columns. or more fields, you can click on this field. These are the fields right now we have, but if you want to change them, all the field list are here. Whatever you want, you can bring in to your reports. For example, I want to add something called what is not there, description. Okay, so let's say is description here. If not, I'll try to find out description. I think description is already there or may not be part of this project, but whatever you want, you can search for that field. If it is, for example, I want something called DOD. Okay, so you need to scroll little down, then it will be showing after all these fields, those are right now selected, right? So you don't think that that is not coming up. Whatever you will be typing, for example, description I am selecting, I'll just scroll down, description is below, so I'll add that and click on save. Once I have saved it, I will get the data now once again, so it will refresh the data, right? Whenever you will change something, it will be bringing up all those data wherever the description have. Now this raw data, you don't need to change anything. You will be keeping it over here for any analysis that you can create. For example, I am creating a report for let's say dashboard. I'm just giving it a name as dashboard, and over here I will select all of them and I can insert a pivot table. For now, you can do any kind of Excel. If you are good in Excel, you can create any reports, any sub formulas or any actions that you want to do. I'll show you an example on that as well. So I am just creating it, and I will be creating an existing worksheets, and that worksheets I will be putting it, for example, over here. Okay, so my pivot table is here, and I want to see, okay, show me assignee and status, and let's say the issue, what are the issues I have, the issue key, summary. Okay, so it will be giving me the high level of all those. Now this data, I can quickly create a pivot chart, insert recommended chart. For now, you can create any numbers of charts, and you can see how the chart is coming up for different areas. Now this chart is totally coming directly from your Jira. Now you don't need to, after 2 days or 3 days, if you want to change something, what I will be doing is I'll click over here and I will just go raw data. Over here it will be showing refresh data. So the moment I'll say refresh data, it will refresh the same data. I don't need to create a new tab or new queries. The queries is already written for this particular Excel tab. So whenever I will be changing it, I can create a different result for different tabs and you can use it. I'll quickly show you an example. So there is another Excel. So what I have done, if I come back to this particular Excel over here, this is the raw data. The raw data directly coming from, I have said project equal to CRM, but I wanted to do some aggregations. I wanted to do some formulas. So what I am doing is I created an analysis tab where I am using the take functions right over here to taking the 10,000 records. So I know that 10,000 records, I can change it later on. And over here at the last, I have created inquiry date. What exactly I am doing, that whether it is fall between my given date or not. Now on my dashboard, I have given, okay, show me the data. There are some formulas I have given based on the data I am giving. So for example, I am giving 1, everything is showing 0, 0, 0, 0 and something like this 1, because it shows that how many different queries that we have received in 1 day. Now what happened is this one is actually changing my this true and false, whether this is fall between this 1 day or 2 days, and based on that true or false I am changing this data. So I don't need to do it every time. Any changes that I will be having, and then whenever I'll come back to this, I will click on refresh data, it will be coming up. So for example, right now think about that there is something called AESM and it's 0 in last 1 day. right? So what I will be doing, I'll create a dummy records and then click on refresh data to see whether this is changing to 1 or not in Jira. Okay, so let's go back to Jira and I'll just create one issues as a not in this project. I'll be creating it in CRM projects, and let's create it as a LinkedIn leads. I will be using, for example, dummy essay leads. All right, and I wants to have that one fields that's called course. So I'll just bring that up course over here so that manually when I'm adding I will be able to do that. And where is the course coming up? Summary, candidate details. Okay, under that I have the course. So I'll be selecting safe, and this is I'm selecting for SSM. So remember, I am adding one record for SSM, and in the general tabs I am saying dummy SSM leads added by Niladri. Okay, I have created it. So in Jira, it will be somewhere in my projects. If I see the view issue, the issue is created under CRM project, and if I go back to my backlog at the bottom, I can see this is a dummy one is created, which is yet to be acknowledged. But whatever it is, it's yet to be start working on, but it is a new leads created in 1 day. I'll go back to in Jira. Only thing I go back to Excel. Only thing what I need to do, I need to refresh over there so that this SSM should be turned from 0 to 1. So I'll go into raw data and I'll just click on refresh data. Whenever you will refresh the data, it will fetch the latest data from Jira and update it. Based on that, if I go back to my dashboard, you'll be able to see now this turns to 1. I have not made any changes, so I can create any kind of reports, any kind of calculations that I do. I keep it, saved it, shared it with all my team members. Only thing is, it will be updating or fetching the data directly from Jira, and that saves lots of time. Many times when you want to create some dashboards, that is not easily available or possible within Jira's dashboard. But if you have the data in Excel, you know the power of Excel. So you can do any kind of trend analysis, any kind of graphs, any kind of reports, and put it directly from Jira to Excel. I believe this tutorial is helpful for you. Consider subscribe to our channel so that we can bring up more informations, more videos like this. See you in our next video. Till that time, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.